This is Chippy with UMPCportal.com with the Viliv N5, and in this video I'm going to give you a bit of an overview of the N5 and some first impressions. It arrived from Viliv last Friday, and I had a good chance to have hands-on. We've had a live review session on it as well, which you'll also find on UMC Portal, but I wanted to give you a rundown of my first impressions. So stay tuned. We'll spend about 10 minutes going over the good points and the bad points of the Viliv N5. So just as a quick introduction here, let's give you an overview of the sizing compared to the UMID BZ, which is really the only competitor on the market for the N5. The two devices are actually both pretty amazingly small pocketable PCs running on the Intel Atom processor with Windows operating system. You can see they are both very, very handheld, and in fact both using very similar sort of finish on the front and the bottom. The N5, cleaner lines, and certainly when you open up the device it certainly looks much more professional, much better, more stylish than the UMID BZ, but that doesn't translate to usability. So let's spend a few minutes just talking about the N5. In the live video we showed you last week, I showed you around the device, and highlights are that there's no video out port, that's blanked off, USB, micro SD, and power input there. It's 5V DC. Headphone on the front. For those of you having it in a pocket, that headphone port will stick out to the side. Those of you using it on a desk, no problem. Microphone in the front there, lanyard port, battery release button, and this is the antenna, which is not used, although I do believe it's connected to the 3G module, but it won't make that much difference in terms of antenna reception. All the specifications, by the way, are on the website UMC Portal /products/Viliv/N5. You'll find all the details on the specifications. Basically 1.3 GHz CPU, 1 GB of RAM. This is running Windows Vista. So let's open up the device. There's a couple of important features. 4.8-inch screen with 1024x600 resolution. It's a touch screen, resistive touch, not capacitive. Webcam in the top right. And this is unused space here. And then we've got the very important mouse and mouse button features, which give you a big hint about how this device is going to be used. It's not a device you'll put on the table, although having said that, it's possible to peck out a fair rate of knots on the keyboard. But the main way of using this device is using the optical mouse pointer on the top right and the left and right mouse buttons on the top left. So the keys themselves are scissor action, traditional net or notebook style keys. May not be ideal for thumbing. If you have too much travel on the keys when you're thumbing, it doesn't work that well, but these are pretty reasonable. It's a lot wider than the UMID BZ though. If you look at the keyboard sizes on the two of those, you'll see that the BZ is a lot smaller, and in fact I find it actually a lot easier for thumbing on the UMID BZ compared to the N5. Having said that, it is possible, and certainly not a bad experience for thumbing. All the keys are there, left and right shift button, F buttons, Fibro keyboard, everything is there that you'd expect. The L and the K keys are slightly smaller than the rest of the keys, but something you get used to, and actually I hadn't noticed until someone pointed it out to me. So how about the performance of the N5? Well, the 1.3 GHz CPU certainly gives you much better and faster performance on internet than any smartphone will give you. The hyper-threading capable CPU here, you can see the two threads running here, give you a really nice Firefox experience. Flash will run okay, YouTube will run in the browser, and basically everything works very quickly. If I make sure I'm connected to the internet, currently I need to switch on the Wi-Fi, which I'm going to do now. Hopefully we'll get a connectivity in a bit. So standard Windows Windows 7, but this is the Home Starter Edition, so there's no way to tailor the size of the buttons on the windows. I've pushed the font size up to 120 dpi because in the standard 90 dpi mode it's fairly small, in fact a little bit too small to read, and I've tuned ClearType to make it a little bit easier to read what's going on here. So I'm connected to the internet now. Let's give you a couple of demos of the speed of internet here. And this is iTweet. This is basically a JavaScript application. Let's go to my Reader, which is a heavy. Let's log in here. And this is Reader. It comes up really quickly. It's very impressive. It's the full Reader experience. And actually with the shortcut keys you can actually flip through the articles really nicely, really quickly. Full Google Mail experience, Google Mail web experience, and that's again fairly quick to load up. Full JavaScript capability, and there you go, no problems there in actually getting a full productive mail experience working. Let's go to YouTube and go to Home and just show you a couple of videos. This one. So embedded videos are working okay. Standard 360p and then 480p, which is the high quality version. And then can we go to, let's go to full screen on that so you can see full screen high quality. So pretty reasonable YouTube experience, and in fact the speaker volume is pretty loud as well on that, so that's pretty good. Touchscreen is slightly heavier than on the Umid BZ. Certainly the top right hand corner, it needs a reasonable press, and there's no stylus included in this, so it is only fingers that you can use, and you really need to use the side of your nail. But having said that, if you're holding it in two hands, getting the mouse pointer experience going is pretty easy, and in fact probably easier than using on screen, so no problems there. Let's go to a couple of apps, see how quickly they start up. What have we got? We've got Windows Live Gallery, should start up fairly quickly. There you go, it's Live Gallery started up. What else have we got? We have Media Player, that starts up fairly quickly. Let's show you some videos while we're in Media Player, because we've got hardware decoding on this, so 720p H.264 videos are working without any problem, and that's full screen, and actually a perfect experience, really impressive. But it goes a little bit further than that, because if I go back to the videos, we can get a 1080p video working, and although you might wonder why you would use it on a device like this, well, basically if you've got your videos in 1080p you won't have to reconvert them. You can actually watch them straight on this device, which for a lot of people is an easy way to watch videos, just to transfer them onto a device without having to reconvert them, which takes many hours if you're converting down HD videos. So it's not only the H.264 stuff that works. I've got a DivX here at 4.5 megabits per second, and that's working out of the box as well. So one of the reasons this is all working pretty nicely is that Viliv have paid a bit of attention to the codecs that are pre-installed, and they've actually included a licensed version of Cyberlink and DVD player. The codecs for that are used for playing back the videos. So although you may not be playing back the DVDs, the codecs are installed, and that's the important bit. They use the hardware quite nicely. Okay, a few points before we finish. 3G is included in this version, and Wi-Fi reception is pretty good. Battery life around the 4 hours mark with it on and connected all the time, up to about 6 hours if you're using it on and off during the day. No noise, there's no fan in this. Little bit of heat you can detect if you start using the device heavily under this part of the device, but nothing too serious. The 32 gig storage SSD on this one actually translates to about 11 gig usable, because Viliv have chosen to put a recovery partition on which takes 10 gigs, and the actual Windows 7 install takes 10 gigs as well, so you're really losing over 20 gigs of space on a 32 gig. So that might be something you need to think about. You've got a lot to store. The size and weight of the device, pretty good, mentioned before. Slightly heavier touchscreen, slightly wider thumb keyboard, with the scissor type action keys. Not perfect for thumb typing, but certainly usable for thumb typing, and with this really nice mouse, optical mouse, which is working extremely well. It makes it really nice in two hands. No problems there. Bluetooth, USB. Just a shame there's no video out on the device, but all in all, a very nice looking package that's certainly a little bit more multitasking capable than the Umid BZ, which is restricted with its 512 megs of RAM, and also the SSD on the Viliv N5 is a lot faster than the SSD on the Umid. So although the two devices are both very good, the N5 takes it up a notch slightly with multitasking and power, processing power capability. So that's it, that's a Viliv N5. I'm going to do another video straight after this one, which I'll put up on YouTube, which will demo the differences between the Umid and the N5, because these two are really the top clamshell devices on the market right now. So if you're looking for full productivity in a handheld device, these are the two devices you'll probably be looking at. Certainly if you need handheld keyboard, clamshell design, Umid BZ, Viliv N5. So thanks for Viliv for sending the N5 over. My name's Chippy, umpcportal.com for more information. Thanks for watching.